Let me tell you all about my new nemesis in Football Manager, and I say that, you're probably thinking it must be an opposition manager or an opposition player. No, it's a bloke I signed yesterday. Here is Daniel Oyetunde. Looks amazing, right? Super consistent performer, National League quality player, was formerly of Arsenal, played a game in the Premier League for them last year, ignore the rating. Why is he my nemesis, I hear you ask? I signed Daniel on the 29th of August, you can see here, star player set to improve. He had an optional contract extension in his contract. I triggered that contract extension. Daniel didn't like that. That's right, I signed him and within 12 hours, I triggered a contract extension and then he announced he wanted to leave the club. Yeah. I didn't know it could happen either. I mean, the good news is I signed him for £230 a week and he's here for the next 3 years. The bad news is, like I said, he hates my guts. He wants to leave following the contract extension being triggered at a time where he was concerned about the quality of the squad. If you were concerned about the quality of the squad, why did you sign for me yesterday? I hate him. I just wanted to rant for the intro of today's video. We're in the intro. I'm going to calm down and we'll find out what else is going on. Also, I did also sign a goalkeeper. So if you're thinking Oyetunde meant no goalkeeper, we do have a goalkeeper now. So that's good. How is it going, folks? Welcome back to episode number 14 of Park to Prem. Daniel, I'm starting to forgive you, maybe. 1 goal, 2 assists in his first 2 games at the club. Maybe he can just be unhappy for the next 3 years. Maybe that's fine. Like I mentioned in the intro, we have picked up a goalkeeper. That man, the player who I was actually looking at signing last episode, he did have an offer from Bath in the league above us. He told Bath to do one. He has joined us, and Brian Okonkwo is absolutely mad. Look at his average ratings for the last 5 games. He has been so good. 2 clean sheets, 6 appearances, 7.22 rating, also formerly of Arsenal. We are basically Arsenal's B team now. Probably should admit, with those 2 new signings I've made, we are currently over our wage budget by a few £100s. But ultimately, in signing Brian, in signing Daniel, we are a much better team. And perhaps the addition of those 2 players goes some way to explain this. Our recent form. Of course, last episode, we beat Hitchin Town 5-1. What a result that was. Hitchin, yeah, they look crap, didn't they? The Norwich wannabe team. Well, I'll tell you what, they're not bad. They're currently top of the division. Yeah, I can't believe it either. We beat them 5-1. That was a kick up their arse, and now they're a point ahead of us at the top of the table. As for ourselves, of course, we lost to Nuneaton Borough last time out. Following on from that, 3 draws in a row. Bedford Town, Royston Town, Halsden Town. Yeah, we played loads and loads of towns in recent games. In fact, we played 4 towns in a row, the latter of which was Stratford Town. We won this game 6-4. Rio McAvoy picked up a hat-trick and an assist in this game. He was absolutely sensational. If there was ever a question mark as to, can he step up at this level? I don't know ever was that question, but yeah, he can do it in this league too. Now, you may have noticed in that game, I was actually playing a 4-4-2 diamond, and I had been tinkering with the tactics a little bit just to see if there's any way in which we can improve. I can confirm, as of late, I have now settled on the system that we started off the season with. After that 6-4 win, we did win 4-1 against Redditch United and then 7-0 against Evesham United. This is one of a few games where we have managed to win 7-0. So after that 7-0 win, we had our new signing, Oyetunde, come to the team and kick up a fuss. We took on Plymouth Parkway. We drew 0-0. It did go to a replay, and in the home game, we did beat them. Plymouth Parkway play at the same level as us. So that was the kind of FA Cup game I'd like to think we could win. We did win it fairly handsomely, and from there, we have continued in winning ways. A great win against Woodbridge Town, and then Alvechurch, we beat 7-0 as well. So without those 2 massive games, we would not have scored nearly the amount of goals we've scored this year, which currently sits at 40. And actually, speaking of goals, I need to show one of the goals. It was in one of the less interesting games since you were last here against Halzo in town. McAvoy with potentially the goal of the series. We might just give him the award. Now, let's just pack it up. Gucci laid it back to Perry. Through ball, McAvoy, overhead kick. It's the best goal I've seen all year in Football Manager. It was ridiculous. So it is safe to say our form has been a little bit hit and miss. We have tinkered with the tactic ever so slightly. As of late, I have settled on the wing-backs no longer on defend. They're now on support, and with them going forward, we have been scoring plenty. Already showed the league table. We trail Hitchin Town. It's actually very, very close at the top. We are one of 3 teams they've only lost 1 game in their first 10. Yeah, it's a fiercely competitive division at the moment. 1 automatic promotion spot and the playoffs as well. Today, in this episode, we will potentially take on Rushall Olympic. They had a media prediction of 12th. They were a little bit higher than they currently are in the league. Right now, they're in 7th, but in spite of that, they are only 3 points behind us. The other game that's perhaps more exciting today is against Kidderminster Harriers. Yes, this is a team that once upon a time were in the Football League. They currently play in the Vanarama National League North. Media prediction of 2nd, kind of at a similar level to Scunthorpe, who knocked us out last year. Hoping that today we're going to see a little bit of progress and understand, have we got better since last season? And also, it's the FA Cup. Everyone loves the FA Cup. Now, you may have spotted in my recent run of games against Plymouth Parkway, I did try playing the free striker system. I did think about bringing it back because with Oyatunde in the team, McAvoy in the team, and Gillen in the team, we have 3 really good strikers, but ultimately it kind of just upset the balance of the team a little bit. We lacked a little bit of creativity and couldn't control the midfield in the same way. And with that in mind, and due to recent form, I hate to say it, McAvoy scored an overhead kick, gets dropped from the first team. But when you compare him with Oyatunde, who we've signed from Arsenal, I think it's kind of obvious why we have to make that decision. Oyatunde is a significantly better player on half the amount of money as well for the next 3 years. I'll get honest, it can't be understated. I know he's unhappy at the moment. This guy might be the signing of the save game. Super consistent. I'm just going to big him up some more. Leading player for Vanarama National League sides. It's just a shame he's my nemesis and he hates me. But you know what? I'm a patient man. I'm a forgiving man. I'm going to give him a chance to redeem himself. Maybe we can make him settle in at the club. This game against Kidderminster is a big chance to do that. Like I mentioned, they play in the league above us. If we draw against them, we get the away day at their stadium. I want to try and beat them in the home leg, though. Did mention it already. We are currently over the wage budget. The board might be a little bit upset about that. I'm hoping they're going to be fine with it. I felt like the players that were available, I just had to go and make happen signing-wise. You'll see here, I have asked for the wage budget to be increased on 3 occasions lately. I have also asked for various other improvements. The board have turned all of them down, with one exception, the senior affiliate, which is currently ongoing, and an affiliate I've not mentioned in a video yet, which was already approved. We do have an affiliate. It's Walsall of League 2. I did actually look at some of their players during the transfer special. None of them wanted to join me on loan, so it's kind of a useless affiliation, but they do pay us £14,000 a year, which at this level, that's quite a lot of money. Anyway, we are going to get into the first of 2 games today. It's against Kidderminster. You already know that. I've already mentioned it quite a lot. We have had some issues with injury to start the season. Karen Samuels had a significant period out, missed 4 weeks, but of course that August schedule for us was brutal. The other player who we've missed a lot to start the year is still out injured. It is A-Hole Chuddy. You can see here, not ready for a fitness test. Has been out for a little while, sadly, with sprained knee ligaments. I'm hoping at 17 years old, that's not a precursor of things to come. I want this guy to be a mainstay of our midfield. I want to see him develop with us because he's got some, well, allegedly very, very good potential. You can see here, could improve a lot in the future. Currently playing at a level for the league above us. And of course, talking of leagues above us, that's exactly where Kidderminster are. So, according to my staff, my players should be good to go toe-to-toe against them. Apparently. You may have also noticed the standing desk is active today. That's when you know it's a big occasion. Also because yesterday the standing desk was active. Probably was good that it was active because I was rather animated against Nuneaton Borough. Kidderminster Harriers here are playing a very stinky defensive formation. I hate it. I mean this in the nicest way. Are they aware that they are the favourites for this game? That's a red card. Shirley, give him the red card. Referee. Okay, let's just pause this. They've had a sending off after 75 seconds. If we don't win this now, it is a bottle. So they've gone down a man. They were already playing a stinky defensive formation. They've now got rid of their centre attacking mid. I'm going to change our shape here immediately. Maycock, you can go forward. Perry, step forward. You are still going to play as our defensive midfielder. I think the shape here might just work a little bit better. With us having the man advantage, we can look to press on a little more. I will also concede, there is a bit of a kit clash today. Wait, are they getting another red card? What is happening here? Is that... I mean, someone is injured. Are they okay? Oyatunde's in a heap. They've had 2 red cards in 20 minutes. What is happening here? They've got 1 striker on the pitch. You know what? The wing-backs can now go and attack. I said it at 10 men. I really mean it now at 9 men. If we don't win this game, we have bottled it. I mean, I want to see a hat-trick of red cards. Could the game just be abandoned due to the number of red cards? Why do Kidderminster hate us? What did we do to them? Is that there's a penalty? What is happening in this game? They've got 2 players set off. We've now got a penalty. The man over it is Maycock. Still not happy at the club, by the way, but maybe scoring here will convince him to stay. It's Rugby Town 1, Kidderminster 0. It's been an action-packed first 30 minutes. I'm just looking at their formation, laughing. It's an absolute mess. Oyatunde, edge of the box. Kelly, Gucci, what a goal. It's 2-0. It doesn't feel like a real cut upset because of all the red cards, but let's just enjoy the set piece routine. That was beautiful. I mean, I have got quite a few players on the attack kind of duty now. We are committing men forward, but they're down 2 players. This doesn't happen very often, does it, in Football Manager? We should be capable of winning this game from here, you'd imagine. They've got 1 player up top. They're playing with 2 defensive mids. They've got no one really to aim for. They're just going to be lumping the ball over the top again and again, or maybe trying to play through the middle. They're on the attack. It's 2-1. I'm not worried. Okay, I will admit it. I'm a little bit worried. A little bit, though. Not massively worried. You know, we've not hit the big red panic button yet. It's going to be fine. Brian, you've done so well in recent games. That was poor. Okay, we are rapidly approaching the end of this first half. I don't even know what to say. Not how I imagined this game would go. We are ahead at the break, deservedly so. We've not created a ton, in all honesty. They've created even less. Okay, every shot on target so far in this game has hit the back of the net. Is that trend going to continue here? Maycock, Waters didn't hit the target. The trend continues. I think I am going to make some changes here. Oyatunde, off you come. Rio McAvoy, on you come. You know what, Gillen, you've been poor as well. We'll bring in Ducker. We'll bring in McAvoy. In the midfield, I'm kind of tempted to take off Ben Perry. But then again, let's just save a sub. Let's be sensible. I feel like the first 30 minutes really set an unreasonable expectation for the rest of this game. Ever since they scored and half-time came and went, it has mellowed out a little bit. It's almost as if they're playing with just a load of defenders and making no attempt to win the game down a man. I mean, look at their system. Look what they're doing. Nothing is happening here. Now that, I'm just going to pause here. They've put on a wide target man with a deep line forward. They have run out of ideas. There's 4 minutes of added time at the end of this game. It's not been a classic. I mean, it could still be a classic. It still could go to a replay if they were to hit us on the counter. But it does look like we are going to make it to the 3rd qualifying round of the FA Cup, which is where we got knocked out last year. This would be a monumental upset. Team in the league above us. We're going to win 3-1. Do the 2 sendings-offs completely invalidate the result? Potentially, but McAvoy's going to do a knee slide. He does not give a Scooby-Doo. And with that result there, we pull off an upset, sort of. Yeah, really, really good game, as far as I'm concerned. Look, we won. That makes it a great game. We received £3,000 for winning that game. I'm just wondering, what was the attendance? 1,068 fans turned up. That is a record high attendance in an actual competitive game for the season. Ignore the pre-season friendlies, where 2,000 people watched us get pumped by League One sides. So we do go marching on in the FA Cup. That game actually is now scheduled for the exact same date. We were due to take on Gloucester City, who are predicted to win the league. So that probably throws a spanner in the works when it comes to what I was planning for next episode. But perhaps I'm getting ahead of myself a little because we have got Russell Olympics still to take on today. They're in 7th, 3 points behind us. We play them in 4 days' time. I'm going to rest the players. Don't go anywhere. Let's try and make it 2 wins in 2. Between games, the next round of the FA Cup has been drawn. The 3rd qualifying round and an away day I didn't know if we'd ever get. #United. Yeah, that #United. You know, YouTube team, #United. You know, the team whose kit I wore a few episodes ago in the video. We're taking them on. That is tomorrow's action. I'm quite excited for it. And actually, the scheduling gods have been quite nice because the Gloucester City game where we were due to play on the Saturday has been moved just a couple of days later. So next time out, 2 massive games, but today, Rushall Olympic, which is still a big game, and we have got an away day. We are going to the Dales Lane ground. It sounds cute. Is it cute? Let's go find out together. So for today's away day, we are heading north of Birmingham, east of Walsall, and to Rushall Olympic Football Club, which, as you can see, is here. It's not got the most exciting location from this view. Does satellite make it seem more jazzy? Not really, it's just loads of fields. Tell you what though, not just a good car park, potentially a great car park. Good accessibility. You know what, for this level, it might be the best painted car park I've seen all series so far. As for the stadium itself, I am concerned that there is not really a road around the edge of it. I mean, it does look like they've just kind of stuck a pitch in the middle of a field, doesn't it? There is a path next to it and a railway line as well. I'm not feeling optimistic about this. Surprise me, Rushall Olympic. This is bad. This is the nearest road to the stadium. It's through there, maybe. Is there any gaps in the bushes to see a stadium? I mean, I can see the floodlights, so there definitely is a ground there. Can we see over the bridge? Oh, wait, no, that's the railway line. I mean, it looks very nice, and there's a cute dog going for a walk, but yeah, the stadium's through there. Also, I thought this was like a path. Is this like a river? Oh, it's a river. I thought it was a weird path. Did anyone else just look at this black bit and think it was a path? Just the way it lined up with this bridge and stuff. I was very confused. No, that is just like a stream, isn't it? Next to the stadium. I mean, that's quirky. You can pull up with your narrowboat next to the stadium. Not that I personally own a narrowboat. This is the closest I can get to the front entrance of the stadium. As I said, it's through there. There is the hallowed car park. I mean, just looking around the edge here, it looks quite nice. You've got the Blue Ivy, or the Blur Ivy desserts. Yeah, I'm sure they do lovely desserts. And next door to them, the Royal Oak Indian cuisine. I kind of fancy an Indian now. Do I order an Indian? You know what? If I win this episode, I'm going to order myself the curry. This might be one of the most generous scores I give to a stadium that had no photospheres. But for the location, the cute car park, the Indian across the road and the dessert place, and just everything else that I liked about it, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. So for this game, I am going to mix things up slightly. McAvoy and Ducker came on in that last game and linked up with one another to get a goal. I'm going to start them. It does mean that Oyatunde and his mate in Callum Gillen are going to drop down to the bench. Gillen has been in some ridiculous form in the league, but ultimately, the fixtures have been piling up and they are going to continue to pile up, so minute management is probably going to be important. Elsewhere, A-Hole Chuddy, I am just going to call him A-Hole Chuddy. I was going to put him on the bench. He's failed the fitness test again. He won't be on the bench. I'm not going to change the rest of the team, I don't think, here. I am still umming and ahhing about Karen Samuels. Had that long-term injury. Tom Wilson did step in for him as his replacement. Played okay, to be fair, Tom Wilson, but I feel like Samuels, at 19 years old, we've got to stick with him. He has been training well, had an injury, is still getting to grips, I imagine, with the team and stuff. I'm going to show a bit of patience, but he is earning £300, so I do need to see a little bit more from him. Rushall Olympic, by the way, come into this game unbeaten in their last 6 games in the league. They did lose to Enfield in the FA Cup, so they've had slightly less fixtures than us. As we've been juggling games around, albeit winning, they've been chilling on their sofas. I'm hoping that with a little bit of rotation in the final third, the firepower we can actually just bring on off the bench if needed, we will be able to get through here. A win in this game could potentially take us to the top of the table. Okay, Rushall are playing a 4-4-2, so I think this is going to be a battle of the midfield, but well, making the most of set pieces could be essential. Cartwright's header, stopped by the keeper. We are going to have another chance here, maybe. Waters, free kick. I'll tell you what, that was not far wide. Halfway through the first half, one shot on target between the two teams. It's not exactly been an attacking masterclass by either team thus far. And yeah, the ball just appears to be bogged down a bit in the midfield. We've had 57% of the ball. We're not doing enough with it, but maybe that can change here on the cusp of half-time. It's not been a classic so far. That could change quickly, though. Gucci, Kelly, dispossessed at the edge of the box. And now Leighton trying to get in behind. Matty Waters, our left back, needs to get chasing back. Leighton lays it inside, and that shot outside the foot went whistling over the bar. It wasn't far over. And in fact, that highlight there marks the end of the first half. A highlightless half, pretty much, where the one shot on target was a header from a corner. Not a great game thus far. That said, even though we're away from home, this is a game I desperately want to win. And with that in mind, there's going to come a point here where I need to go more attacking. I need to change things up. Brian is going to take the goal kick for us here. We do miss out and lose out on the ball there. I'm always a little bit paranoid playing against 4-4-2s that if the wing-backs overlap with their wide players, can leave our fullbacks a little exposed because, of course, we don't have natural wide players in our formation. That said, it's not cost us too much yet. Ducker has got an injury, and, well, I'll take the Duck to the vet after this game because he's got an injured wing. Might be the sign I need to change up the strikers. We've got good options off the bench. Ducker, dispossessed again. I thought he was going to be a quacking signing. So far, he's been slightly missing. Yeah, that's right. I've resorted to duck puns. Speaking of which, he's through here. Cutting in off the wing. He hits it over. I'm subbing him off. Mostly because otherwise I'll keep doing puns. Okay, Oyetunde and Gillen I'm going to bring on as a pairing. I'm also going to tell our wingbacks to get forward on the attack. This is a game we need to win. This is a game we should be winning as well. I'm going to additionally bring on some fresh legs in the midfield. Jones, on you come. Came for our youth intake last year. Been using him very sparingly. Has also been playing with the under-18s. He's going to get a chance to play here. 3 subs made. 30 minutes left. It is still 0-0. I've gone more attacking and nothing's happened yet. There's 12 minutes left. I'm starting to get a bit worried here. We've had a lot of possession, but not really done enough with it. I'm going to tell the players to get more direct here. Let's get rid of looking for the overlap and instead look to pass into space. Let's get the ball forward quicker. We have some pacey strikers. We have the ability to hurt them. It's not been on full display in this game, but that could change here because Oyetunde spanks that ball into the box. It was a low whipped cross. It's not cleared away yet. And Daniel, my nemesis, I thought was going to break the deadlock. It's still not away from danger. Maycock's shot is blocked wide. There's, 4 minutes left of this game. We're knocking on the door. There's 2 minutes left. There's a highlight to end the game. We've been all over them in this game. We've been like a nasty rash, causing them all kinds of issues. In spite of that, though, why do I feel like this game has one last little twist in the tail? They're making a run down the near side. Fuster whips it in. Kelly scores a header. And for a second episode in a row, we're going to lose a game 1-0 that I don't think we should have lost 1-0. We gambled. We threw men forward. We created chances. Didn't take them. And ultimately, it's just going to cost us here. Fuster looping ball in. Bradley couldn't get there. Brian, to be fair, made a fantastic diving attempt. Never going to save a header from that close. And there's such little time left in this game that is going to be that. A game that could have seen us go top of the table instead is going to see us potentially slip out of the playoffs. I say that. No one else is playing today. So we've not slipped out of the playoffs, but a missed opportunity to go top. And Hales Owen, who are top, 3 points ahead of us, aren't actually that far away from our goal difference either to make things worse. Not exactly ideal, that game there. We've got some tricky games coming up as well. Mikolova, currently in 9th. We've got them at home. Then Stanford in 16th away. Maybe a game we should win. But next time out, not too many games until it. The FA Cup run continues. Hashtag United we're going to be taking on in the 3rd qualifying round. And following on from that, Gloucester City. They are currently 6th in the league. They are currently only 3 points behind us. Their media prediction was 1st. We have to be winning more league games than we currently are. I don't want to turn into an XG merchant, but I will just show you guys the XG table where apparently we should be on 28.9 points, which just as a bit of context here, we're currently on 21 points. I don't know what that means, but I feel like it means we've been unlucky. But, I mean, what would I know? I don't know how to play this game. Bit of a mixed bag today. Great result against Kidderminster. Sets us up nicely for next time out. Not sure we can expect to be playing 9 men too many times more this season, but that was a cup upset that did see us raise a little bit of money. It'd be nice to keep that going next time. As always, if you have enjoyed today's video, do drop a like on things. FA Cup action returns tomorrow. Until then, it is me, Jack. Take things easy. I'll see you on the next one. I'm out.